Are you doing all the things you're supposed to in your business, creating content, designing offers, selling offers, designing your website, but it just doesn't light you up? If you feel like your business doesn't fit, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because you might be trying to build a business with somebody else's vision. I want to share a simple analogy I use with my clients that has changed everything for them, and it's called the restaurant lens. And it's all about figuring out what kind of business feels right for you, not just what you're told you should build. The simple lens can help you get clear, simplify your priorities, but build a business that truly fits you. I'm Heather, and I help women business owners build intentional, profitable businesses using clarity, strategy, and real action, not trends and noises. So let's delve into the restaurant analogy. And I've used this for a long time with clients. So I want to ask you a simple question. What type of business do you want to build? And let's look at restaurants. And that's where this comes from. There are many different types of restaurants in this world. There is the McDonald's, that fast food restaurant. There is the franchise model of like an Olive Garden. There is the bistro or the corner diner, and then there's that fine dining experience. So what do you want to be in your industry? All of them work. All of them can be profitable. All of them can fail, right? It's particularly when you're trying to be one and you're doing it in a way for the other one. So let's dive down a little bit into each one and really think as I go through them, what is the one that you want to do for your business? Whether you're a coaching business, whether you're a product-based business, it doesn't matter. This analogy goes across all businesses. So the first one is the McDonald's one. So fast food. It's scalable. It is based on low ticket, high volume. You have to do a lot of hustle to sell them. You need systems in place to make it super easy for you to deliver that result, but it can be extremely profitable. And I know some people who run very low end memberships, we're talking under $20, who are bringing in well over multiple six figures, right? And so it is doable, but you've got to have the systems. You've got to be able to scale. You've got to make it super simple for yourself. And you're looking at volume. And so you need to kind of build up a system and sometimes even an army of people to help you sell that, but it's viable and there's nothing wrong with that. The next one, the next scale up, which is a little more pricey, but still has a lot of those attributes to it where you do need high volume, where you're building your systems in place, where you're making it simple for you to sell that medium kind of level offer. The other ones that are the bistro and the diner, now they're two different price points, but they have that similar experience, which is coming in and having that sense of being very unique and special and that personalized service and that hands-on service and maybe a menu that changes weekly or monthly. It's a very unique experience and it stands out, but it's not looking to scale, it doesn't want to scale. And that's the type of business I want to do. It's intentional, it's profitable, it's personal, it's flexible. That is my business model. And you'll see that in some of the language that I use is I want to be a bistro. I don't want my clients necessarily to be a bistro. You can be any of these models, but I personally want to be a bistro. And then the last one is that fine dining experience, that really polished, luxurious, high-end, very in some ways perfect experience that fits people. And it's a high-end sales. And that is very viable. And I will be honest, in the coaching industry, if I look at my own experience, for years I was following that playbook of the fine diner. And you get a lot of that in coaching experience. In coaching, you need to like sell at the really high end and you need to get one-on-one clients and you should be selling at the top dollar. And how do you go up to this? And it was a true mismatch for me. It didn't make me feel comfortable in my business. I wasn't following through in the way that I would. I wasn't bringing my energy to it in the way that I want to. And I've known for years that I sit in that bistro model. That is my zone of genius. That's where I feel the most comfortable. And so I would ask you that question, where do you feel the most comfortable? I have a good friend who is definitely a five-star business and she does really, really well in it. And like I said, I know other people who are in that fast food industry. They're in that high volume, low ticket item. They are all viable. And I know, for example, in the coaching and service industry, there's a lot of push to that five-star diner, and you don't need to be that, but you can if that's what you want to be. So really think about what you want to be and what you're building and what do you want to build? Because once you really lock into that model and you stick with it, it's a lens for you to look at everything that you do. I coached one client who wanted her business to be simple and straightforward. She wanted the diner model. And it really changed the lens to which she accepted advice, how she did her business, everything that she chose, because everyone else in her industry, and she was not, she was in website design industry. Everyone else in the website design was pushing her to be an agency, to build up to this. And she's like, no, this is where I want to be. And it was a huge mind shift for her. And it took a lot of stress away when she identified her model, what she wanted to be, and then started to build her business around that. Things turned around a lot for her in that moment, and it just took a lot of weight off of her. So what do you want to be? They all work, right? They are all viable. They all work in any industry that you're in. So really think about what it is that you want to be and how you want to put into it. It's something that I'm very passionate about and we'll be talking a lot about. But if this analogy's got you thinking, I want to give you an offer. And if you're ready to build a business that actually fits, I would love to invite you to the Bistro Bite. So what the Bistro Bite is, it's a free live session I host every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, where we pause, get clear, and take one intentional step following towards your business. So it's really about coming together as a community of women, creating a really cool environment. It's called Bistro Bite because that's my model. And coming together and having that, setting that clear intention for your week, setting that clear intention for the next couple of weeks, and really being clear about it, but having people to talk it through and being honest. And so getting questions answered, brainstorming, and setting intention. So you can join us using the link below. It's no fuss, no pressure, just real strategies and clarity. Show up when you can. There is no recording, and you can sign up at igniteyourmarket.com/bistrobite. Bistro-bite, I believe. The link's below in the description, or if he's getting this from an email, it's in your email. So if you're ready to stop following somebody else's playbook and start building a business you want, I would love to see you come and join the Bistro Bite. Thank you.